All right. Well, welcome back to the Boss Map. Here in the Boss Map, everybody's a boss. And you don't notice any user number 768432189. Like, no. Everybody here is an actual person. And most of us are pretty experienced players. So it's going to be a really interesting map. You can see the reason I'm casting in real time here is because I have fixed my map preferences to show no armies, no fog of war, no paths, no movement, nothing, no attacks. So this is a generic neutral map, and we're just looking at it from afar. So I don't think I'm giving anything away here that you couldn't figure out on your own. So a few of the things we're going to do in this episode is we're going to look over some of the players I missed during my name game. The first one was Ismaglica. I missed that. How could I have missed that great name? Ismaglica. I don't know what it means, but it's Maglic. It's magic. No, I tried. It didn't work. Is Magicla. No. Anyway, I did miss this name. I apologize. I'm so sorry. Sometimes I'm just kind of scrolling around and fucking around and I miss a name and I feel bad about it. I really do. We did talk about the fact that Thomas Shelby is a character from Peaky Blinders. So Peaky Blinders is a show I've been meaning to watch for some time. Apparently, it's sort of an organized crime show, but about like Roma or gypsies. I don't know exactly, but pretty cool. One thing I did want to mention also from the previous video was that we determined that... Where are you? Where are you? I'm trying to look through here. We had a Kurd player, and here it is, Lalo Kurd, and they clarified that they are Kurdish. That is the group of people that not not referring to like Kurds and Way, but the actual Kurdish people. I thought that was super cool. My limited knowledge is that I do know that they're an ethnic minority in Iraq and somewhat endangered by some of the conflicts between some of the various factions of Muslims, and they're not Arab, they're not Persian, they're Kurdish. And so cool to have people from all corners of the world here. I think that's super cool. That's one of the cool things about this game that I love so much. And I was thinking, like, maybe why don't we do a call out? If you don't mind, do a call out in the comments. If you're listening to this on YouTube, just call out where you're from. Because I just find that really, really cool that this game brings us together, even though we're fighting. Like, it's a war game, and yet weirdly it does bring us together. So in my particular community, we have a Discord, and we have the YouTube channel kind of unites us, and we have people from Israel and Ireland, people from France and Germany, people from all over Scandinavia, lots of players from all over Scandinavia, and we do have I think we have an Ecuadorian player, and Canadian players. So if you would take a minute, please, and just tell me where you're from in the comments in the video below, if you would, because it's like Kurdish. I don't know where, because Kurdish people are in many different nations, and so I'm curious, like, where exactly are you from? I'd be happy and curious and interested to hear where they're from. So one of the other things we're going to do in this particular episode here is we're going to be looking for... Here's a new player, Richard Nixon. I am not a crook. Oh, tricky dick. I love it. We still have our pirates down here that are fucking around. One of the things I did want to do is go ahead and just look at the coalition. So let's see where the coalition stand. Again, I'm not sharing information here that you can't find on your own. So let's look at the coalition list. We do have Asia. Asia, there is a trio, and they look like they're solidly established. We have the aforementioned pirates, Jack Sparrow, his lady, and a one-eyed dick. We have Europe, lone wolf here in Europe, who's looking to attract possibly further interest. We look like, okay, yeah, we have Greenland, Ontario, and Canada. We have American Empire here. Oh, so it's looking like, yeah, it's looking like maybe we're talking South America here. Very cool. We have Peacock. Peacock is just one person now, but wait a minute. Pirates of Australia. I didn't even think about it. Sorry, guys. Here are the real pirates. Oh, my God. Australia, how dare you? How dare you? These guys committed fully. Look at that. They have, look, each of them have the little, you know what? You guys, I'm disappointed. We have competing pirates. Wouldn't that be fun if, like, the whole game, they took over the map, like Australia took over the entire Eastern Hemisphere, and these pirates took over the entire Western Hemisphere, and the end game was just a battle of pirates, and they were just like shooting cannons at each other and arguing at each other. That'd be great. I think that should happen. Let's make that happen, guys. It looks like the islands usually do unify over there in the Pacific, so that's great. That's nice. We got Japan along with some of these, some of these sort of Australian islands around Australia. So that's going to be interesting, sort of pirates versus islanders here. That'll be fun. Play to win here is China, looking to attract more people. Anti-Yoism. Oh, someone's fighting against something. That's always great. If you can fight against something, it's hard to fight. You know, I guess you can fight for something, but it's always better to fight against something, right? Like, no, down with that thing or whatever. So good for you against Yoism. I don't know what that means, but good for you, man. And then this is our coalition here is the Lion's Den down there in Africa. Fun fact, I don't know if you follow MMA, but the Lion's Den is a very successful gym that has produced a lot of very, very effective MMA fighters. And I think one of the things that I think we can all agree they're good at is mixing wrestling, a lot of good wrestling, with jiu-jitsu. And so wrestling is good for takedown defense. Jiu-jitsu is good for takedowns, but then you've got to have striking, right? So they've had a lot of luck with that sort of combination. Down here, we do have Africa, who is alone at this point in the game. But again, there are dozens of players on the map who are still unaffiliated. So we're still putting together all these coalitions. I just want to kind of take you a tour of those so we could look at those. And then finally, let's look at the newspaper. The newspaper is a shit show. Holy crap. I don't even know what's going on over here. We got Italy with a peace sign here. Sweden needs oil, but why are you telling us? You know, like, as far as I'm concerned, that just makes me want to not give you oil unless you're my friend. If you're my friend, okay, maybe. But over here we have some kind of business. People are starting to share music lyrics here. And the whole, does anybody understand why did Michael Jackson lean forward at a 45-degree angle? I mean, I guess it's kind of cool, but like, why? Why? Okay, it's cool. But look at this. Shaman. Like, really? Look at this. And they're publishing the entire lyrics. And then more leaning Jacksons. I don't know. Piratini, angry stuff, all caps, yelling. There's a Tom and Jerry thing happening over here from Tom the Timid Cat. That seems appropriate. I approve of that. Over here, we do have Grandma Rosette, who's in my coalition, sharing a video. I recommend go ahead and copy and paste this video, guys. I think you'll like it. Mackle more or less. All right, and then we have somebody with Pantera here. You know what? Pantera's great. I'm not going to get mad at you for that, but like really the whole thing, the whole thing. You're gonna okay. And then a lot of stuff here, like Michael Jackson 2, Venezuela. It's like, what's going on here? Favorite music joke. These you know, I mean, fortifications. I don't know what's happening. New South Wales is already invading an AI enemy. Why are they telling us this? I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff in the newspaper. It's like I checked and it was like 115. The little red number was like 115. I was like, holy shit. And then, of course, we can still see some routing here. There's been a lot of art in the oceans with pathfinding. Down here, we had another. Oh, it's gone. They've gotten rid of it. And then there was another piece of art down here. Okay, but they've gotten rid of that as well. So I'm going to go ahead and roll back on that. So I feel like it has to be Lone Wolf. Oh, somebody put a heart. Lone Wolf did a cursive Lone Wolf down here. I think it was Lone Wolf. And now I need to go back to the... Yeah. But the problem with Lone Wolf is that it ended up looking like what was it? Lobe Woof or something, because cursive is hard to do with, with boats in the ocean. Anyway, it ended up being not exactly. So I don't know why this is happening, other than it's fun, I guess. I think we determined that was the United States doing that. I don't think there's really much here in the Pacific other than a giant heart. And yeah, like, what is going on here? These are drunk sailors. They're just drunk. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, we know what to do with the drunken sailor. And that is, I guess, throw them overboard. I don't know. Whatever mean thing you want to do. All right. Well, thanks for checking in, guys. Not anything has happened, really. So this has been another sort of from afar pre-game video here. We're talking about who the coalitions are. They're starting to form into 3s and 4s. Not a lot of 5s this early in the game, because people tend to like to keep at least one slot open for mid to late game, and not a lot of territory trading hands at this point either, because at the higher levels, people do tend to be a little more conservative with their popularity, trying to keep that popularity high, trying to avoid early attacks, even of AI. So it's going to be a chess match, folks. So hang in there. Thanks for checking in. I think what I'm going to do from now on is go into more detailed and map explicit castings. And then what I'll do is I'll delay it a week. So this is going to be the last cast you will see for a while. But when I start to release them again, it will be delayed. And then we'll start up again with the daily casts. So if you're in the game, it's going to kind of suck, because you're going to be transported a week back in the past. If you're one of my subscribers, you're going to find a fascinating game of expert players played out day by day. So it's going to be a lot of fun. If you are a new viewer, I do ask you to please spank that like button, spank the subscribe, please. We're trying to get the word out. What I'm really trying to do here is get a massive subscribership here, to where we can really start to do some big, interesting, weird games together. Just to let any of you who are new to my channel know, we do like to do interesting sort of what I would call limitation games. One of them we did was everybody was in groups of 3. So we did a 31-player map. There were 10 teams of 3. And each team of 3 had a Navy specialist, a land specialist, and an air specialist. And that player could only build that kind of unit. So there had to be coordination between the 3 of them in order to dominate and win. So we're going to play another one of those. It's called Nerf, Surf, and Turf, because Nerf being air, surf being water, and turf being land. we're probably going to do another one of those because it was very intense, very fun, and we had a lot of buy-in. A lot of people really, there was a lot of attention and a lot of dedication to that game. So I'm thinking we'll do another one of those. It's just a lot of fun, like what if you have specialists? What if you have to build only one kind of unit and coordinate with your two other teammates to bring about the best possible outcomes with those unit types. So we do things like that. We're just winding down a horse force map where everybody on the map, it was a 100-player map. Everybody on the map was only allowed to build cavalry. That was it. So we do dumb stuff like that as well. So please go ahead and subscribe. Spank that like button. I am King Spankerton, and it's been lovely to have you. Thanks for checking in, and I'll see y'all next time. Adios, amigos.